For $1, you can try out FIFA Soccer for 10 hours starting today. Actually, I was able to start playing it yesterday, but I couldn't make the video on time. You'll save 10% afterwards if you do decide to buy the game. And if you're playing about 3 hours a day, because the game officially releases on the 30th for the standard edition, the ultimate edition is today, but the trial is right now. Play 3 hours a day, and what that's going to do is allow you to maybe not buy FIFA just because it's 3 days early. Unless you really care about the Ultimate Team crap and the packs and all that fucking bullshit that I don't give a damn about in any sports title whatsoever. I just don't care. But I like the early access, but I don't like paying $30 Canadian, 32 Canadian. Then NHL's coming out, that's $64. That's almost like another game or 3 months of World of Warcraft, just because I couldn't wait 3 days. But I would be hard-pressed to think, with all due respect to this game, of me, wanting to play more than 3 hours a day. Like, I just don't see that happening. Well, that and plus Wrath of the Lich King came out, the classic. So there's that, and I'm just rambling because I'm waiting for all this stuff to just kind of sync up and link up here. But I am excited. The game feels different. Maybe you can let me know down below in the comment section if you've tried FIFA 23. What do you think of the game compared to last year's? Do you find it's a step up enough for you to justify buying this game? I mean, I'm having a blast personally. I'm enjoying it, and I'm kind of like a sports fanboy in the sense that year after year I do find games tend to be a little wee bit better. Sometimes the changes aren't necessarily drastic, but I do find them to be relatively nice enough to be like, yeah, that seems kind of cool. All right, fine. Let's go ahead with it. I just wanted to see something here. Natural grass for the ball. I don't really want to waste too much frickin' time on this. I just figured, while I'm flapping my gums and I told you about the game for $1, that we would take a look at that. It's not night. I mean, first impression, right? I don't like doing reviews because to me that's too complicated and I'd have to play a game for a long time. I play like 10, 15 different games every day. I just don't have time to keep up with that bullshit. But if I were to tell you my first initial noob impression, casual player thoughts on the game, is that I can notice a difference. I'm almost willing to bet that I could, be asked, some footage between 22 and 23, and I feel confident that I'd be able to tell. It's not night and day different, but it's there enough, at least I think, to be like, okay, yeah, I could see that.
The chance might be on for him.
Shit.
No, what was that?
It's because I'm a little bit... I'm just... Give me the ball before I drop kick you. I forget how to, How? There we go. Oh my Jesus. Oh! Kick it in! You went right in the net. Get out of the net. You're not the goalie. I don't really like the kit, if you will, of Paris Saint-Germain. Oui, oui. J'aime pas trop l'uniforme blanc. Oh, sorry. This is a predominantly English channel. I prefer the blue one. So what I'm thinking of doing is swapping the players. Don't ask. I'm going to make my own custom roster because I'm a weirdo like that. I really am. I'm a weirdo. I'm all about the kits, baby. Watch this. Watch this. Oh, what an epic fail. Drop kick. That was obvious. It's on semi-pro. And from the half hour I had played earlier, I'm finding the AI to be a little bit better. I am finding them to be a little bit like, okay, all right. But I'm scoring roughly. I did play a couple of games there. I'm finding I'm playing roughly as well, if you will. Like I'm scoring roughly as many goals. I'm probably going to step up the difficulty, but when I'm showing off, a game here,
And he didn't hesitate.
don't ask me what that was. Yeah, I mean, it's hard because I'm not like one of those exclusive FIFA YouTube channels or, Madden football. Yeah, that's a smart move. Just give him the fucking ball.
PSG have had the lion's share of possession and have used it really well today, particularly in the midfield area.
Hey, don't make me look bad here. You're semi-pro, which just means you have a semi. And what did she say? She doesn't like the semi. She likes the real full-fledged. Anyways, that went in another direction. Yeah, the ball physics, the animations, the running, that. Oh, not the. I was gonna say the weird speed thing. It's not a weird thing. It's the Excel something. You're really gonna find that it's harder to out sprint, other players unless they're just incredibly fucking fast. But yeah, it's
Has time to get the shot off.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna pause it for a minute because I'm tired of just not knowing what in the basic hell. Through pass. No, it's a lob pass. Okay, so it's square. To do that one where it goes like up in the air, you like lob pass it and then you bop it in. For a second, I thought she was playing with her hair. I was like, this ain't time for that. Pathetic. Oh! Slide tackle right into the shins. That's it. No rules. I'll give him an RKO if I have to. Or a clothesline or anything. See, you can't do this in basketball. I like basketball because like NBA just came out like a couple of weeks ago. See, like one of those kind of setups. I mean, obviously I was way too far there. Oh, it wasn't wasted. I'm showcasing the game. It should be telling me what I'm wasting.
So 1 minute of stoppage time. That's what the officials have said.
Well, that's it. That was a quarter, a half. I don't even know. It shows you how much I pay attention. But yeah, there's just a smoothness that I find is just there that wasn't necessarily lacking last year. I really enjoyed last year's game compared to 21 and so on and so forth. Like I said, sometimes the jump is not nearly as big. You know what I'm saying? As I'd like it to be, but I'm having a blast. I'm loving it, and I am 99.999% repeating, probably going to buy it. But for the first time ever in my life, I'm probably not going to buy the Ultimate Edition. $30 for me is a lot because I'm a cheap ass. And I just don't think, especially with Wrath of the Lich King Classic that came out, that I'm going to feel the need to crank 10 hours of gameplay or more in the next 3 days until, the 30th. I just don't see that happening. There could be a slight chance that I do it, but I would be hard pressed to to think that. Like if I go now, how much time do I have? Yeah, so I got 9.5 hours left. I mean, for real now, that's a decent chunk. Like I said, any sports game, I don't think I've ever played any sports game longer than, like in a day, in recent memory in the last 20 years, I want to say. More than a couple of hours, like more than 2 hours. I want to say an hour is my average at a time. NHL, I tend to be a little bit more aggressive with, closely followed by Madden, and then FIFA. I think baseball is my least favorite, even though I really do like baseball. I'm not saying I don't like it, but if you give a shit, you like my rants and my rambles about nothing, baseball's probably like, you know, I could do without it to the point where I was freeing up some room on my PlayStation because I only have a small PS5 slot, right? I've got an external SSD for PS4 games to run super smooth, but for the PS5, I got to spend a whopping $300 to upgrade. I did upgrade, but mine's only a 1 terabyte. I want to get a 2 terabyte. That'll double, obviously, my storage. So I had to get rid of baseball, had to get rid of games like Hitman and all that kind of stuff. Uh, I'm on the verge of getting rid of a fucking NBA because it's like I love it to death. I made all my videos, I did all the important stuff, but 143 gigs, 142.7. I mean, that's a big whopper. That's like extra cheese and bacon. Nobody needs that if you've got the diabetes and high blood pressure. You got to watch the sodium intake and all that. And that's just too much. I mean, what the fuck, man? I mean, how much does Madden take? Yeah, Madden takes 50. You know what I mean? How much does NHL? I mean, it's last year's NHL, but still, yeah, 50, 44, 140 fucking 3. How much did this game take last year? I mean, 42. This is the full game again. 42. This one takes 43. That's for the extra, shadows and ambient occlusion. That's where the extra gig probably came in. But you see what I mean? Like FIFA, okay, Madden, and hockey combined take up the same amount of fucking room as just 2K23 on its own. So, yeah, it fucking sucks. But it is what it is. So there's a chance, like I said, if I run out of room, I'm just talking too much. I could talk forever. This should have just been a gamer vlog. But at least I got to the point at the very beginning of the game, and that this bitch is on for $1 American for you to try out for 10 hours. You make that decision as to whether or not this is worth your money from last year's title. I personally think it is if you're like cranking in like a solid 5 to 10 hours a week of FIFA. I think it's worth it. For me, it's worth it just because I like to stay current, talk about the games and all that. And I said I was going to end the video. Anyways, if you like this video and you made it this far, tap yourself on the back and go ahead, give it a thumbs up, as it does greatly help support the channel with the algorithm. And if you didn't like the video, go ahead, give it a thumbs down. And I'll make sure when you buy FIFA 23, the money goes into my PayPal account so that maybe I can better afford this game and to buy the Ultimate Edition so I don't have to feel the pressure of the 10 hours and that off chance I want to play more, play with my roster and all that kind of shit. If you didn't like it, go ahead, give it a thumbs down. I'll bend it in half and twist it. Usually I'd bend and twist your thumb. This time it's going to be your big toe and your pinky toe. See how well you do on the pitch when you're trying to kick the ball. It's not going to end well for you. You'll be wishing you're, playing basketball. Get it? 'Cause it's a round ball, but you'll be able to use your hands. Anyways, if you want to subscribe, great. And if not, I don't blame you. Thanks for stopping by anyways. Take care, and maybe I'll see some of you in the next video. Bye for now.